Hi, Sagittarius. This is your reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this is not going to resonate for every single Sag out there. All right, you guys, let's get started. I also just want to say that this is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this reading, I believe is meant for you to hear this message. Again, take whatever resonates and then just get rid of the rest. Not everything is going to be for you guys in this message. So let's get started. What is going on with my Sages? We have the Five of Needles. So I feel like some of you guys, you're coming out of something that could have caused a lot of problems in the past. It's almost like you're awakening to something here with that moon. I feel like you're moving forward with something here, Sag. There was something in your past that could have left you guys being upset. Yeah, I felt like you almost felt like you couldn't do anything. Whatever this situation was for you, it almost felt like there was somebody that could have either used you and you felt, I don't know how to say it. Okay, it's like maybe in the past here, Sag, you could have had somebody that could have lied to you, that could have tried to win at all costs, and it happened, it's over, it's done, and you felt like, wow, it's almost like this person strong-armed me. It's like I didn't have any leadway. There was no way for me to even almost see it. It was like you got in this person's trance. It's like this person could have used you. Whatever this was, you felt like you had almost no power. It's almost like this person took away your power. It just felt like it left you like, wait, what just happened? And then you ended up seeing what happened. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this took a long time for you to find back your own strength again. It's like the second that you realize, wow, okay, maybe this person played me, or maybe certain situations occurred, because I'm getting the sense that you felt helpless about something. And I keep feeling like it was something in the past that has affected you guys. And now it's like you're seeing it more clearly now. And maybe in the past it was still kind of muddy. You couldn't really tell what was real and what was fake. You knew that this person used you. You knew that whatever this person said wasn't true. But it's almost like you're trying to look back and be like, where were the red flags? What was this person saying or doing behind my back? Like, was this person cheating? Was this person like, what would they doing? And it's like it took so long for you guys to really even understand it. And I'm getting that once you understood it, it's like, oh, I can take my power back now. Like you gave away your power. And then it's like it was really hard for you. You struggled with this for so long. But then it's like the second that it's like eventually either you will or you have had this light bulb moment and you're like, oh, I can take my power back. It's okay. Like, I'm not stranded or stuck in this situation anymore. And it's like, now I can move forward. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. It's a very interesting energy. I think it's positive more than it is negative. I really feel like for a lot of you guys, it was just this person really could have made you feel a one way and could have just really taken a lot from you. And it made you have to move forward. Again, like you're having to move forward and you knew that. And I kept getting that was like your shadow. Like you knew, okay, I gotta go forward. I gotta go forward. I can do this. I can do this. But it's like it was really hard for you to do it for so long. So we have the Seven of presents. We have the Nine of Potions. We have the Six of Potions. We have the Four of Potions. And we have the King of Potions. See, a lot of water. This messed you guys up, Sag. I'm going to just kind of be real honest about this. You gave a lot to this connection, or you gave a lot to a specific situation. And you got nothing back in return. I feel like this really hurt you guys. I'm getting that this I'm getting that this was really difficult for you because I'm getting that there's this part of you that's like, wow, I just felt so used. And it's like you felt so naive almost. Like, wow, why did I let this happen? And it's like it took a part of you. You felt like this person took a piece of you, and it's almost like you kept trying to get it back. But you were trying to get it back from this person for some time. And then maybe you realize, wow, okay, this person's not really going to help me. They injured me. Why would, it's weird. It's almost like some of you guys, you tried to resolve it, like tried to get closure, you tried to get something back from this person. It's like this person stole from you, but it feels like it was inside of you, like inside of you, there was this piece that just was gone after them. And you thought, was this person my soulmate? Is this person like important to me? Like, who is this person? Like, why is it that I feel like they have a huge part of me? And it's like, you felt like, you put so much effort and so much hard work into this, and you've tried so hard to get this person to love you. And then you've even tried to work it out with them. You've tried to be patient with them, even if it was difficult. It was like you put a lot into this here, and you've made a decision about something with this person. But it was because, again, there was this piece of you that's like, I'm not happy now. I can't be happy now because, again, somebody took something from me. This person took something from me. And it's like you're trying so hard to get it. And it's like they wouldn't work with you. They wouldn't cooperate with you. And this was everything that this person has done. And I feel like it had a lot in your past. Like this could have occurred in your past. And this sets you on your healing journey, I feel like, because again, it's like, where is this piece of me? And that's just what I keep getting. It's like this person kept taking from you, but you felt like, wow, I'm like trapped. Like some of you guys, you felt like this person, like you had like a kind of like a soul tie with this person. This individual and you were codependent together in a way, but I feel like this person was really taking from you. And I just keep getting this pain that you were trying to heal, that you kept trying to get away from. And it's like I feel like a lot of you guys, you tried everything to get rid of this pain, but it felt like you couldn't. And then maybe for some of you, you could have watched videos of like, oh, how do you get over this? Or how do you do this? And it's like, oh, time will heal this wound. And it's almost like the longer that you waited, it's almost like the worser it got. So you're like, well, okay, that doesn't work. That's what I'm getting. It's like, whether this is a relationship, this could be a partnership, it doesn't matter what this is, a family member, work related. There's something here where it's like an event has occurred and it's like you somehow got your power taken away. And it just, you kept trying to chase after it. You kept trying to go for it. And every time you tried, it felt like you always failed, or you always were like 1 foot forward, 5 steps back. And then next day you heal and it's like 5 foot forward, 1 step back. And you're like, oh, I'm making progress. I'm good. I'm getting over this. I'm getting over this. And all of a sudden it's like you hit that trigger and it's like, I was 5 steps forward, but now I'm 10 steps back. And it's like, no matter what you try to do, it's like, it always felt like this person, this situation, this unresolved issue in your past, because it feels so unresolved. And it's like, it was eating at you. It was upsetting you. And you kept saying to yourself, okay, I got to keep going forward though. I got to keep going forward. Whatever is in the past, it didn't work out. It's not for me. It can't work for me. I gotta keep going forward. And that was the mentality that you had, even though it was difficult for you. Because I feel like this could have led you to, like, you had your happy moments with whatever this was. It wasn't all negative. And I feel like that's kind of what was also difficult, is because of the mixed emotions that it bring. And I feel like there was a lot to unpack there, but I feel like it struck something inside of you, that core wound in you, where it's almost like whatever this person could have said or did, it left you feeling helpless, like that child that, like, when you were a kid, when people always say, oh, don't play the victim, you're playing a victim. Well, why we have that victim mentality is because when we're a child, we don't have much say. We can't really fight back because we're smaller, and we have a lot of authority figures over us. And so we were kind of taught to fit into a certain way in order to survive, or in order to adapt. And so I feel like for a lot of you guys, you've kind of learned to adapt to this pain. But again, this person struck that victim mentality inside of you. And it's like that child that felt like you didn't have a say, that you felt like you couldn't do anything about it. And then it's almost like you felt like you were abandoned, like it was hopeless, like you didn't know what you could do. And so I feel like a lot of you guys, you tried so many things. Maybe you've done unhealthy things as well, like different coping strategies, because you felt like, again, it's almost like this person left you wounded, like as if you were that child again. And I feel like, you never made the correlation from your childhood to this person or to whatever this event was, but that's what it was. It's like they triggered in you that child that was like in that victim mentality at whatever has occurred in your past when you were a child. Like maybe somebody did something and it's like, oh, I can't do anything about that. And when this person did it, it was like that they triggered that wound. I can't fight back. It's almost like you felt like you had this unfair disadvantage. It's like you felt like you were stunted, you were frozen, you were helpless, you were small, they were bigger than you. It's like there was something there where it led you feeling like they took something from you, which was that piece of you that had that sense of self-respect and dignity, that worth, that child, like that the child standing up for themselves, even if they got beaten down for it. It's that type of, like, you're missing this piece of you that you felt like, and it was like attached to a person or a thing. It doesn't feel like this feels like a very isolated event, very detailed, there's a lot to this here, Sag. It's such a deep thing. It's like, I don't even think I can explain the amount of pain, the amount of frustration and sadness and loneliness that I am feeling in these cards. And it's like, some of you guys, you did this alone. You had to walk through this alone, and you just kept telling yourself, I just got to keep moving forward. I just got to keep moving forward. Even if it was so hard for you, you still chose to continue doing that. You still chose to keep moving forward. And I think, again, that's what set you on this healing path, because you realize nothing was healing this wound. It's like, it's the darndest thing, and it's like you listen to tarot readers about it and you're like, man, they're not helping me. Maybe it sounds good, but it's not giving me what I want or need. Because again, it's like this person, I feel like with these 5 of needles, you guys, it just keeps coming back to where it's like this person played dirty, but I couldn't do anything about it. It's like this person had advantages, but I couldn't. Like, it's... And it's also just because it's like a part of you really... I get the sense of betrayal, like you never thought this person would do that to you either. So it was like a shock with it. I'm surprised the Tower hasn't came out, because it feels like something that is just like, it shook you. It shook you to your core, Sag. This caused a lot of pain. Like, a lot. I feel like I have to tread lightly, but I don't know if I can. It's like that kind of a pain. It's just, the whole topic is sensitive, and I feel like a lot of you guys, you could have even gone to tarot readers, you could have gone to other people, and it's like they say things like, oh, you just need to love yourself, or this person is a narcissist, or this or that. Like, you guys could have had situations, or you've tried to heal this, you've tried to get like you've done everything you can to heal this wound, and you do not know how to heal it. It's just like this person struck your Chiron. It's like this person hit one of your deepest wounds. It's like whatever has occurred here, this is some deep, deep stuff. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, You are kind of slowly coming to this conclusion of, okay, this is what I want to heal. This is what I need to heal in order to move forward. It's like you're kind of you're choosing. And this is what's the fascinating thing too, is you have tried different things. It's not like you've sat there and said, okay, let me try the same thing over and over and over and over again and see if it heals it. No, you actually listened to Einstein when he's like, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You didn't do that. It's like you tried different ways of healing. You've gone to different people. It's like you've meditated, you've done, I'm literally saying you guys have done so many different ways to try and get rid of this person or to try. And some of you might have just thought, maybe they're my twin. Maybe they're this or that. Like you just started labeling because you couldn't understand it mentally. Like, what is this? Why am I not getting over this? And it's like you keep trying to move forward and you constantly pushing yourself forward with this. Like, yeah, I'm going to move forward. I got this. I can do this. And it's like, again, it's like he's the boogie monster. He's just so big and you're so small. And it's like anytime you tried to resolve it or anytime you wanted to talk to this person about it, it's like they kept shutting you down. Other people maybe would get involved. It was like there was always some kind of drama or a mess, or it's like the situation felt like there was no scene in sight. Like you just couldn't get it to resolve. It caused a lot of mental conflict too. It caused a lot of pain and frustration. And I felt you guys had to hold back a lot. And it was like holding back your emotions and feeling like, okay, well, I've lost. There's no other way around it. It's just I've lost. And you were like counting your losses even though this was hard for you. But what's weird is it's like you've tried everything in so many ways to heal it, but really what you weren't realizing was you were holding on to these emotions that you had as a child, that no matter what you tried to do, it was like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like no matter what you would have done, you just need to be quiet. You need to just like, it's like this sense of like, I can't not move. I can't do anything. And it's because it's like you were taught at a young age, something could have occurred to you, something could have happened. And it's like I don't want to say what I think, like for some of you, you were forced, like you actually had no control over a certain situation. You were in a situation where it was bad for you, maybe abuse, like really messed up stuff, Sag. And I feel like that was one of the core wounds, is like you had to give away your power in order to survive. Sometimes that's a survival tactic, is giving away your power in order to survive. And I felt like this person somehow triggered that inside of you again. And it's like in your mind, you're like, wow, I feel so helpless again. I feel like there's nothing I can say or do. And it's like, maybe this person or other things could have slandered your name. You could have been in situations where it was just like, dude, it was like you felt drugged. You felt like you were dragged through the mud. You felt like people were slapping you left and right in the face. Like it was bad, guys. I'm getting the sense that a lot of you guys, this traumatized you, whether this was your childhood and then this person just re-triggered. And I feel like that's why you can't heal, is because it's like this person is like a figure in your childhood where they would almost abuse their power. They would like use their strength or their size or how old they are or being a parent or something over your head. Oh, I have authority over you, so I'm going to take advantage. And I feel like that's what happened. And it's like this person did that to you. And even if it wasn't intentional on this person's behalf, but like they could have said or done something that was similar to what this person did that could have triggered that inside of you. And maybe for the longest time, you just could not make that like connection in your brain, because I feel like a lot of you guys could have had like PTSD or could have had moments where your brain literally tried to block it out. So it's almost like subconsciously you knew why you couldn't let this go, but consciously you were not ready to handle the to handle what's coming up from your childhood, or to handle what was going on. And it's hard to talk about it. It's hard to see it. It's hard to even believe some of the stuff that you've gone through. Also because you feel like nobody will ever understand you, because it could have been very brutal, whatever this was. So I feel like somebody triggered a deep, deep, deep wound, Sag. Like, this is no joke. This was a messed up thing where you had your power taken away in some form or another. That could have been like physical, emotional, mental, all of the above. But this hit you spiritually. This was a spiritual wound that you had as a child, that this person re-entered into your life, hit that exact same spiritual wound. And I feel like it was spiritual, and it went all the way down to mental, emotional, physical, and it's like all of it. It hit all the wounds. It hit all, like, all of the planes. So now it's like you felt like your soul, a piece of your soul was taken away. And it was because somebody, it's almost like they hit you at your core when you were a kid, spiritually. They hit your spiritual soul, your spiritual self, and they took a piece of you away in that sense, because you gave away your power in order to survive, or in order to live peacefully with those around you. And so I feel like this person came in to awaken that side of you, but it's taken this long for you to heal and to process it, because you were not mentally ready for it yet. But that's what set you off on your healing. That's what set you off on going forward, because now you are getting closer to unlocking what has occurred. And it's because this person, whatever happened in your childhood, you blocked it out of your memory, perhaps for some of you, and then it's like it's gonna just pop up in your mind. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this happened to me, what? And then it's like you're gonna make that correlation between, wow, I feel the same way with that person as I did with this person. And so it's like, once you waken from this, once you become more cognitive and more clear about it, it's like blessings are going to come your way, because even though you didn't realize that this is actually all for your favor, you still felt this sense of, wow, I'm missing something. I have to chase after something. There's something I need. So it's very deep. I'm hoping that this makes sense. I almost feel like this is a very specific message, though. But I'm hoping that this resonates so far, because this is a profound healing. And this also feels like something that is going to shift and change your life. When I see, because with that Queen of Needles, on one of the clarifiers, it had the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. And when I see the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, it's not a mistake. The Wheel of Fortune is a very destined thing. It's something that it's not just like, oh, you do good things happen to you, you do bad things happen to you. It's so much more complex than that. And I feel like it's almost like the universe is like, oh, this is going to be hard for Sag to deal with, but it's going to pay off in the long run, because you're going to heal. You're going to work through it. It's like you took all of the necessary steps to want to heal, because you felt like something was missing in your soul. It was like you couldn't ignore it. Sometimes spiritual wounds are one of the worst wounds that we can ever feel. And it's like we can numb out the other ones, but to try and numb out a spiritual wound, it's very difficult, because it's like your soul feels it. You feel it. It's not a pleasant feeling. And I feel like that's why you guys kind of got set off on this journey. It was like too much pain, too much overload, too much. You needed to heal this. And it's like no matter how hard you tried, Sag, you just couldn't. And it was because you were not ready to heal it, because you had to peel back like so many layers before you can get to where you either blocked it mentally to protect and to survive. It feels like a very, very sensitive wound. And it's like your brain turned it off, turned off that receptor so that you could survive, so that you can function, get through the day. And now it's like the more you heal, it's like, okay, now let me just loosen this up, and let me pop out that memory of, you being abused, you know, something like that. It's like your brain was protecting you so you couldn't see the full picture. But now things are becoming illuminated because you're healing. Your nervous system can handle it more. But in the past, your nervous system was too overly stimulated. It was just like it couldn't let that memory loosen. It couldn't let what has occurred to you happen so that you can heal it. It needed to heal other things before it could heal that, because it would shock your nervous system. And that's what I was really getting. I hope this is all making sense. So we have here the Magician. See, yeah, it's like taking away that piece of you, that power. Like this could have really impacted your solar plexus as well, you know, your power source where you obtain. We also got that King of Potions. And let's see. Ten of Needles. And the Eight of Potions. And then we also have the Temperance. Okay. And we have the Nine of Presents. All right, so Sag. Yeah, this feels like this person could have really struck a core wound and really left you feeling unable to move forward. And again, with that Wheel of Fortune, though, because you're going to understand this, and because you've been taking your time and you've been healing and you've been working through it, it's like things are going to begin for you. Things are going to change. I feel like a lot of you guys, though, you've gone through a lot in your life. And I feel like this still kept you wanting to work on yourself, wanting to heal, wanting to be a better person. And I feel like a lot of you guys, oh, hey, we finally got the Tower. A lot of you guys, you still tried to keep moving forward. You still tried to be a better person. You still tried to heal and work on yourself. And that's very admirable. I feel like a lot of you guys, when this occurred, you know, it did shift in your favor, but you just couldn't see it yet because I feel like there was a lot there. A lot of stuff has happened in your life that you need to take that time to process. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's like you have a lot to offer, not only to yourself, but to others. You've learned something. There's something here you're going to learn that's going to shift you into a different type of paradigm, into a different type of way of thinking, a different way of living. Like, this is a huge shift that I'm really getting from my Sages, because I feel like a lot of you guys right now, it's like you're still in this in-between where you're still balancing out a little bit emotionally and mentally, like what is going on. But at the same exact time, you're starting to find that power again. You know, you gave away your power to survive, and now it's like you're learning to reclaim that power back. You're saying, you know what, when I was a kid, I was the victim. This did happen to me. I did have no control over it. But now that I'm an adult, I do have this power back. I can take it back. I am in control. And even if somebody does take away that power again, I know that I can handle it. I know that I can survive. I know I can do what I need to do. So it's almost like you're learning to trust yourself again. You're learning that you can hold that power back again. This is very like scorpionic energy. It feels like you guys, this had a lot to do with your childhood and your past. But once you learn to heal whatever has occurred in your past, it's going to really illuminate a lot in your life. You're really going to be able to understand why certain things had occurred throughout your life. Things are going to make more sense to you. You're going to be able to see things more. You're going to have a higher understanding. I really feel like a lot of you guys, you're starting to gain that sense of clarity, even though for the longest time, everything seemed kind of murky and muddy. It felt like it was really hard to understand stuff, especially stuff in your past that has already happened and was over and done. A lot of you guys could have been the type of people where, have you ever listened to people and they say, oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember anything about my childhood. That's actually pretty bad. You know, you need to understand your childhood. And when people if people don't remember their childhood, then that
could actually mean that there's a lot there that needs to be worked through, because when your brain blocks a traumatic event, it's doing that to protect you. And I feel like a lot of you guys, that's what's going on, is you had to heal through so much. And now that you guys have let go of a lot of burdens, you're starting to see things differently now. You're starting to see how things are changing and evolving. It's like you're letting go of these burdens and you're choosing a different way of living. And it's like you're walking away, and you've been trying to walk away from this emotionally, from a person, but really this person was signifying something in your childhood, something in your past, and you've tried so hard to walk away from this particular person that broke your heart, when really in reality it's like you're working and healing through this huge layer of wound that you've had before this person even came into your life. And it's like you're starting to see things differently. You're realizing what has occurred in your past and what has occurred and kept you guys from really moving forward, because I feel like a lot of you guys, you maybe were just never really given the proper love and nurturing that you deserved. And you've maybe always had to kind of be there for yourself. It's like maybe you had to grow up quicker than you should have. Like you could have just had a really sad childhood where you just had to really go out and do things for yourself. See what I said, victim, but it came out in the reverse. You guys are no longer a victim. You guys are taking back that power. And you know, like I said, there's nothing wrong with having that victim mentality. We really demonize it. But what it is just one of those survival tactics. One of those ways of surviving is being a victim, you know, and sometimes we don't even realize that, like, being a victim has its perks. It also has a reason to be there at times when you have to survive, and sometimes you have to play a specific role to get by in life. And being a victim, is one of those traits. It's one of those rules. And I felt like you guys were so impatient for so long, especially with yourself. Like, oh, why haven't I healed this yet? Why can't I do this yet? Like, you were so frustrated with yourself. You felt like you were just like handicapped. But really, in reality, what was happening is you were going through trauma and you were healing that trauma layer by layer. And you kept trying different healing modalities. You kept trying different things. And it all was a big purpose to how you can heal this core wound that you had. So really, in reality, you know, you guys needed to just realize that, yes, it takes time to heal, but I deserve to heal. And even though you guys had a rough time, you kept moving forward. And that's the blessing. You guys kept going forward. And I feel like you guys are finding that joy, that sense of joy, and that sense of childlike wonder. And also it's like that discovering yourself more, understanding who you are more as a person. With that instinct card, I feel like a lot of you guys needing to learn to trust yourself again. Like I kept saying, knowing that no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. And that's what I felt with that self-worth card as well. It's like finding and regaining back that sense of self, that sense of who you really are, no longer letting people influence you and take things over anymore. It's like you guys are healing, you guys are moving forward, you guys are actually allowing yourself to evolve. And it's like, Sag, I just have to commend you, because most people would have given up, but it's like you kept going because there was this sense of, I have to heal this wound, because again, it's like this spiritual wound that left you guys feeling like this huge gaping hole, and it was too painful to ignore. And you guys took that time and that energy to healing, and you guys tried different ways of healing, and it all paid off. So I feel like that Wheel of Fortune keeps coming up, because it's like, hey, Sag, you know, you deserve what's coming to you. You deserve the happiness and the joy that, you know, this healing is going to bring you, because it's like you're no longer that victim. You're no longer that person that felt like you had no choice, that you had no say in life, because you clearly do have a choice. And, you know, I feel like a lot of you guys, this has been, like I said, a very rough cycle. This has not have been easy. This could have been like a long healing, a long time that you've had to deal with this. And it was like this person was a catalyst for healing this deep core wound that you've had. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it was just like learning that you needed to take back that power. learning that you can take back that power, that you deserve to be happy and you deserve to be whole. And I feel like that's kind of what is happening here. So we had that Sun card and that Page of Potions. So a lot of you guys, at the bottom we have the Hierophant actually too. So I feel like a lot of you guys, you're really learning to heal and work through this. You guys are really finding what makes you guys happy now. And even though there's still some of these negative emotions and still some stuff that you know you need to heal, it's almost like it's getting easier for you, Sag. So eventually you're going to be able to surpass this problem. And I feel like it's because you just kept going. You didn't stop even though you felt like stopping. You felt so trapped. And you felt like there was too many indecision, like you were maybe confused on stuff. You felt like you were alone, that nobody could ever understand this core wound that you were going through. And it was like, this is all leading you to learning more about yourself, because you didn't know about yourself when you started this journey. You didn't really know who you were. And now you're gaining that clarity. The more that you're around yourself, the more that you're going to learn about yourself, it's going to help you. It's going to help you grow. And I feel like for a lot of my Sages, it's like a lot of you guys, you're learning to let go of the stuff in the past, your childhood, the events that took from you, the places, things, circumstances that were bigger than you, that came and was like taking away your power. You're learning to no longer let that define you as a person. And you're taking back that power and you're saying, you know what, I'm not going to allow this to impact me anymore. And it's like you're moving forward. You're gaining that joy. You're gaining that happiness. You're starting to see the light. It's like you were in the Moon card for so long, like you couldn't see anything. You're just seeing the moonlight. You're like, whoa, what is that over there? It's like a shadow. I don't like what that looks like. It looks like a monster over there. And it's like you go over there and it's not what you think it is. And you're like, okay, good. And you heal it and you go to the next thing and you're like, oh, what is that? I don't know if I really would trust that. It's like fear kept coming up. And even though things kept coming up and even though there's things you needed to heal, you kept illuminating it one thing at a time, to now you have the Sun card and it's like it's all illuminated for you. You're going to see it all. You're going to understand it all. And it's going to bring you this sense of peace and this sense of joy that you felt like, oh, I regained something again. It's like you're healing that inner child and it's like you're taking back your power. You're no longer being a victim. You're no longer letting this person or other people spiritually bully you or take things from you or feel like you don't have a say or a chance to move forward. It's like you're taking back that sense of power, that sense of yourself. It's just took you so long to get there. And I feel like you're going to be rewarded for that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to have more gratitude because you felt like you were at this impasse for so long. You felt like you couldn't do anything for so long. And now it's like you're discovering yourself. You're discovering what it is that you want. Miracles and other things are going to start happening for you because you took this time and you never gave up on your healing. And that's why, Sag, things are coming in your favor. So I feel like you guys are going to you've been around people who always were superficial, and maybe you're no longer allowing that in your life even. You're starting to look for deeper connections. This was like destiny for you. It's like everything that has occurred in your life was like a destined thing for you. And I feel like you guys are going to gain that sense of awareness and that heightened like, wow, I really do deserve this. This really does happen for me. It's like maybe in the past you were wearing a facade, or it's the sense of like, oh, I'm helpless, I can't do anything, to this was destiny and I'm so glad that I took that time out. It's like you're going to trust yourself again. You're going to learn to appreciate life again. You're going to find your joy. You're going to have that. You're no longer wanting to have like surface level relationships. You want to go deeper. You want to be able to expand more in your life. So this is a beautiful reading, Sag. I hope that this resonates for you guys. And man, Sag, like good things are going to come your way, because I kept seeing the Wheel of Fortune consistently popping up in the upright, like this is for Sag, this is for Sag, because you put in that work and you put in that effort, and you guys deserve every good thing that comes your way. So be open to receiving the miracles and the blessings that you deserve. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great and wonderful day. Thank you, Sag. Bye.